I think that there is when the sound is produced is between return and tomorrow. I'm not sure.
Okay, what's going on here? This is open for everyone, right?
Yes, because I'm not sure how to explain.
So I think she'll return tomorrow. Return tomorrow. Return has as a final, sorry, a final consonant sound, right? So do you think you say return tomorrow? Return. You go from to t. Return tomorrow. Return tomorrow. Return tomorrow. She'll return tomorrow.
Maybe we have an elision in this.
Okay, go on.
Yes, go ahead. Yes, like as I was saying, like we have elision between return, return. Yes, we have like an elision in this part. Maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know.
I think that I pronounced the letter N when I said the sentence.
So yeah, we have the elision.
Right, now what if the letter is not there, the grapheme is not there, and we have only R-E-T-U-R, so return tomorrow, return, or I don't know if you get what I mean. It's imagine that we have only R-E-T-U-R, and we say return tomorrow, return tomorrow. I think she'll return tomorrow. Return, turn. Is it turn or turn? Return tomorrow. Which sound is elided? Is it or none of them?
Can you please produce it again?
Yeah. If let me. Okay, if you say, let's suppose that the letter. Remember that we always have to make the difference if we're talking about letters or sounds, phonemes, right? Sorry, phonemes. So if only we have return tomorrow, return. I think she'll return tomorrow. Return. Now, what if we say return tomorrow, return tomorrow, return.
I think that we omit the sound, maybe not the N sound.
Okay, what do you all think?
I kind of agree. Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. When because I say return, return. I think that I am not pronouncing the letter the second instead of N.
Right. If you look at the transcription that I posted in the chat box, you get returned. That's not we're not used to these. I mean, I got it from an online dictionary. I should have gotten this from the Fortran's edit. Okay, I'm going to copy it from the Fortran's edit because this is the symbol that we use. Returned. Okay, returned. So because remember that we don't use schwas in stressed syllables, and I showed you a stressed syllable containing a schwa because I copied it from an online dictionary. So the second option, return, would be the one we're going to be using for this example and explanation. Do you see
Yeah, no. That's Daniela was right.
Exactly, what's right.
Exactly. We do not have we do not have like the sound R. So exactly. the elision should be in the letter in the sound R or letter. I don't know how you feel comfortable if when I say it, sound or letter.
I guess I feel more comfortable with the word sounds. Yeah, but anyway.
I will use it.
All right, so I'm going to erase this. I'm going to mark the other option that you said, elision, but this time the sound return tomorrow. Okay. Do you see anything here? Do you perceive? Do you listen anything in the first part? I think. Anything here?
I don't think so.
Okay. Anything here in the other one? And she'll return. Now, going back to the first one, I think she'll return tomorrow. Do you pronounce I think? I think she'll return tomorrow. I think she'll return tomorrow.
Teacher?
Yes, sir.
Maybe it's an elision of the sound k.
Okay, let's consider that. Maybe it's an elision of the sound k. What do you think? I think she'll return tomorrow. I think she'll return tomorrow.
In that part, maybe it could be like in the speed of the speaker, teacher. If he or she do not pronounce the k sound at the end, it can depend.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. Yes, absolutely. So a very fluent person would say, "I think she'll return tomorrow." Not fluent, but someone who speaks very quickly. I think she'll return tomorrow. Right. So in that case, the k would be omitted. What's that? I mean, I know it's my cell phone. Is it? Yes. But I don't know. Okay. Anyway, I'll take a look at that later. So I think she'll return tomorrow. Might have an elided k, but taking care of the following. Remember that whenever you think about the word think, whenever you use the word think, and you transcribe particularly the last section, we're talking about this sound that is represented by because the sound k is influencing the previous one. This is a case of, if you remember, regressive assimilation, right? A regressive assimilation in this case. Why am I mentioning this? Because if you say thin only with the final n, it's going to be very similar to the word thin, like skinny, like not fat. Okay, so you've got to be careful with that. I don't know if I'm explaining myself.
Yes, you are.
So if you omit, if you make k disappear from think, you have to be sure that you are still pronouncing this phoning. I think she'll return tomorrow. Because if you say I thin, the one at the bottom, right? Sorry, I think she'll return tomorrow. I think you're using a word that doesn't make any sense after the pronoun I. I thin. It's like saying I think, yo delgado, right? Instead of saying yo pienso, yo creo, I think. So that's the only element that you need to consider, I think. So in general, I would say I totally agree with you. There is coalescence here. There is linking consonant to vowel sound in the first one, right? And linking R in the last two elements. And I also agree with you that there should be like an elision of the sound in return, and an elision in k. Any other comment about number 2? Shall we go to number 3?
Yes.
All right, so what's the next volunteer? The one that will read number 3 several times, at least 3, 4, maybe 5 times. Do you mind if I ask Fernando Ramirez to participate? Fernando, can you join the, can you read number 3 aloud several times, please?
Number 3, yeah.
Thank you.
But where can we put the new sofa? Sorry. But where can we put the new sofa? I see. Again? Number 3 or number?
Number 3.
The next. But where can we put the new sofa? But where can we put the new sofa? But where can we put the... But
Great,
where
thank you so much, Fernando.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. All right, so where can we put the new sofa, Fernando? So that's a question for everyone. But where can we put the new sofa? What's going on? What's going on here? Remember that we're doing is an analysis, right? We're analyzing these utterances, finding the features of connected speech. Maybe you can use these sentences, right? But where can we put the new sofa? And not really care about what's going on in terms of features of connected speech. But it's like when people like eating and they really don't like the way that the food was prepared. Or like people that play sport, like football, but really don't care about how the game was played and all the moves, etc., etc. Some people like watching movies, but don't really care about who the director was, where the movie was filmed, what where the main and secondary actors and actresses, like the cast, right, of the movie. So sometimes it's really good to see the details. What's really behind all this wonderful stage, right? So that's what we're doing. We're trying to go into details in terms of what's going on when we're connecting the words. But where can we put the new sofa? That's the question that Fernando was asking us. Where can we put the new sofa? What do you see here in terms of connected speech, guys?
An elision of pot, between pot and the.
Excellent. Excellent. Very, very well done. Now, is it an elision, a linking, or a simulation?
Maybe a elision, because it's not pot the, it's pot the. So
yes. Go on.
So the sound T, it's not there. One T, maybe, I'm not sure.
No, and I'm really glad that you are trying a theory, trying something, right? So we get put the final sound, and we get the, right, from the initial sound in the next word, the, right? And the tongue has to go from t, which is an alveolar sound, t, to the, which is an interdental sound, if you remember, right, how to describe these sounds in terms of place of articulation. T to the. So if we elide, if we get rid of the second one, we have to say pute. Where can we put a new sofa? So we go from t to e. So where can we put a new sofa? Put a new sofa. Because we're eliding this one, we're getting rid of the sound. So is that what you think? But where can we put the where can we put the new sofa? What do you think? Put a new sofa. But where can we put a new sofa? What if I'm just I don't want you to buy this. I don't want to convince you about this. I want you to think about the possibility. All right, this is for everyone. What if instead of an elision, we might have a simulation? Meaning the tongue is getting ready to pronounce the following word from t to the. But it's not going from the alveolar ridge to the place in between the teeth, but finds a place in the middle. So when you say, for example, a place in the middle would be in between the alveolar ridge and in between the teeth, right up above the upper teeth or behind the upper teeth.
It's like a dentalized eye.
Say what?
Dentalized assimilation. Like, for
It's
example,
yes. Go on, please. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was saying like it was when the tongue like is about it's getting ready for the next song. I don't know. I'll just explain myself. So
yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Go on.
I think it's a dentalized one because like okay, I'm going to be inside.
Oh, no. I mean, look, this sound is dentalized. You're totally right. The second sound is dentalized. Why? Because the tongue needs to find a place in between the alveolar ridge and the place in between the teeth. I mean, it doesn't need to find. It's just because we talk really fast, the tongue finds a place in the middle. So put, and then instead of saying the, it's put the. If you place the tongue behind the upper teeth, it's like when you say in Spanish, dado, dedo, duda, dardo, donde. Where is your tongue when you say a word in Spanish starting with d? Dino, dinosaurio. Daniel, Daniela.
It's kind. I don't know. I'm not a native speaker in Spanish, but I think it's like in between the teeth. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. I don't know. I'm asking because speakers use the language in different ways, right? So you think it's in between the teeth. In my case, for instance, when I say dado, dedo, duda, Daniela, Daniel, dinosaurio, the tip of the tongue is behind the upper teeth.
Yes, it's not between. Yeah, right. It's not between.
I mean, in my case, yeah. I don't know about you or the rest of you guys. So, but the fact is that put the because the tongue has to reach the interdental the place in between the teeth for the second sound, and there's not much time to cover the distance. Finds a place in between. So this sound is dentalized, meaning instead of placing the tip of the tongue in between the teeth, you place it behind the upper teeth, because that's the place in between the alveolar ridge and the space in between the teeth. The area right behind the upper teeth, behind the upper teeth, or right slightly above the upper teeth. So I would say that this sound t is influencing this one. So there is sort of an assimilation there, a type of assimilation, and the type of assimilation. I let you guess the type of assimilation. But I would say it's a regressive assimilation. What do you think? You may agree or disagree.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Remember, I don't know, I don't own the truth. The truth is, you know, discovered by all these single minds working together. But where can we put the new sofa? That's Fernando's question. We need to keep answering. Can we? We have can, an alveolar sound, a voiced alveolar nasal sound, right? And then we have we, which is a semi-vowel, right? And we shape the lips with them like rounded, right? Can we? So imagine you say just can. You focus on the final sound. Can. Okay. Is it the same sound in the final sound in can when you say can we? Can we? Is it exactly the same, the final sound when you say can, as when you say can we?
Here's like
what's
ng at the end, like a ng.
Okay. Can we? Can we? If you think there's assimilation, it can go forward, progressive, meaning can be influencing w, or it can be regressive, backwards, meaning that w is influencing the What do you think? Can we? Can we? But where can we? But where can we? Can we? Can we? W, the second sound, can be nasalized because of the influence of or can become more bilabial by the or labialized by the influence of w. Can we? Does the first sound turn into an as in mother? Can we? But where can we? Can we? Or w becomes more nasal, or becomes nasal, some sort of nasality present there. What do you think, guys?
I think there's a bigger change in than in wu.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
Okay. But it's good to test theories, right? It's good to try to find out. I also think that there must be some sort of influence from wu in so we're talking about a regressive assimilation, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that right, or something like? Yeah. Okay.
We pronounce the can we. We say we.
Can we? Right. Can we? Can we? Can we? Can we? Can we? Because when you say can, the final sound does, in terms of the lips, it doesn't have like rounded lips when we say can. We sort of spread the lips, right? Can. But when we say can we, because our mouth, the tongue and the lips and everything, they are getting ready for the following sound, right? Which is w. Can we? The lips, I don't know what you think, tend to get rounded, to be shaped a more rounded, to have a more rounded shape than the regular and original sound. I mean, isolated. So probably there's a regressive assimilation. What do you think? Again, I'm not trying to convince you. I want you to understand the process and make your own decisions, right? Because sometimes, depending on the speaker, we may have a lesion But depending on the speaker, we may also have assimilation, right? So we may have here some sort of regressive assimilation. Is there any linking here? In the section, in the second and the third word, where, can, anything there? Elision, linking, assimilation. But where can, where can, where can? Or nothing at all?
Teacher?
Yes, ma'am?
On the speaker, how are you going to evaluate this? Grade this.
How am I going to evaluate what? Sorry, this features.
Yeah, if it depends on the speaker.
That's a very good question. That's a very, very good question. Okay, let me think. I mean, no, let me think of the answer. Let me think about how can I share this. Oh, I think I copy and paste it. Okay, I'm going to try to copy and paste in the next slide. Let me give a number. Okay, I'm trying to share now. Are you looking at the phonetic transcription? Yes. That's what I'm trying to share, at least.
Yes.
Are you still seeing the previous? Can you? All right.
We can see the phonetic transcription.
Okay. So let's suppose that you have the phonetic transcription there. All right. And let's take a look at this. So let's see if instead of in the first one, instead of having would, I, would, you, right? I get rid of that, and I include that, would you. I don't know if you can see it now. Like another, like another orange. So I don't know if you're able to read this, but if you look at the transcription, I would you, right? I would you like another orange. So the way these transcription is organized, would you? Oh, sorry. The here. Would you like another orange? So you are forced in this case, forced in a positive way, right? I don't know if you can force someone in a positive way, but you have to use this feature here, right? You have to use this affricate here to in the first word to use coalescence. You have to connect another orange, right? Because they are like put together. And the same thing with Leica, because the way that they are grouped make it look like one word. Would you like another orange? Would you like another orange? Would you like another orange? So once you realize what you are reading, that would you like another orange, maybe you can say it several times. And then eventually you get the features, right? Would you like another orange? Would you like another orange? So that's one way to do it. That's one way to do this. Okay. The other way to do this is that we go back to suppose the previous slide, and what we do is we describe here the elements. For example, in the first one, we say that there is coalescence. So we say, pay attention. There is coalescence here, and linking, maybe 2. So this is what we could do as well. Tell you the feature, and then you read the sentence on your own, and then you see, okay, coalescence. Coalescence should be present in would you, right? Would you? And linking might be in like, right? And another orange. There you go. And then you read it aloud a couple of times. Would you like another orange? That's another way to do it. Okay.
I think this way is like a little bit more, it would be a little bit more comfortable for us to understand the context.
The second option, the second version?
Is that one, that one we are seeing right now. Like you put like
okay,
for instance and linking, and you say that we have to identify them.
Right. The other option that this could be done is I show you the first sentence, for instance, and I tell you, okay, there are 3 features of connected speech that you need to sorry sorry that you need to identify, and so you're giving some minutes to analyze this. The idea is saying, okay, 3 features. Okay, this is 1. You're not told which one, right? Which ones? Okay, this is 1. This is another. Okay, I have linking, and I have coalescence here. All right, so I got them all, and that's the idea. You have 3 features of connected speech. No one tells you which ones they are, but still you manage to find them, and after you find them, you need to read it aloud, but being consistent. If you say there's a coalescence, that needs to sound as a coalescence, right? Would you, and not would you, because if you say would you, then it doesn't work like that, right? Would you, and if you say that there are there's linking, right? It needs to sound like that, like a, or another orange, right? Another orange, because if you read it like would you like another orange, the features of connected speech are not evident. They are not. There's no consistency between what you say and what you do. What you say it is, and the way you read it aloud. I don't know if I'm explaining myself, but sort of the 3 ways in which I have assessed the use of features of connected speech. Okay, I hope I have answered the question. We're going to finish very quickly with these 2 lines. I know we got probably 2 minutes, 3 minutes maybe. You haven't finished printing your essay. I want you to pay attention to this section. I want you to pay attention to this section. This one and this one. In the first one, what do you think there is there in haven't finished?
The 2 disappears, I think.
Perfect. The t disappears. Elision of the sound t. Wonderful. What about the next case? Finished printing. Finished printing. Finished printing.
Maybe it happened the same because it's t sound.
Yes, we can talk about an elision here. Finished printing. Finished printing. You haven't finished printing. That's one thing. We can talk about elision. The other option, it could be that the p is influencing the previous sound, which is t. So the t becomes more like a p, finished printing, finished printing. Okay, so you have two options there. Printing.
It's an assimilation.
All right. Exactly, an assimilation. It's going backwards. So we talk about a
assimilation.
An assimilation.
Yeah, regressive or progressive?
Regressive.
Yeah, regressive.
Regressive. It goes backwards. Exactly. What happens here in the word printing? What do you think?
Of the sound.
Mm-hmm.
Printing. Last. Like.
Yes, the last sound should be right? Therefore, the sound of the letter is not pronounced. So there is an elision of that sound, of that, because it's a letter, and a letter usually gets a sound, right? So there's this relationship between a grapheme and a phoneme, which is not here because g is not the final sound of printing, but the other one, right? So there's an elision of g. An elision that you can find in many words, and they are historical elisions. For example, in the word island, the sound is not pronounced. The same in the word aisle, like in a supermarket, when you go to the aisle where the beers are, or where the milk is, or where the chocolates are, the aisle. Aisle is not pronounced, right? There are many words that contain several graphemes that are not pronounced, like in the case of debt, which is deuda in Spanish, deuda. Debt, you don't pronounce this b. You go from d to e and to the last one, t, debt. Aisle, pasillo, like in a supermarket, does not get this pronounced. Aisle. Island, the s is not pronounced. Okay, so those are also elisions, right, that are made. Your essay, what do you think? Your essay, what's going on there? What's going on?
And linking R.
Perfect. Linking R. Linking R. Okay, we got it here. And my cat doesn't like squirrels. My cat doesn't like squirrels. Do you see anything here? Anything here? Anything here? What do you think? My cat. My cat. My cat. My cat. Do you say my cat or my cat?
Linking, teacher?
Probably it's a linking, right? A linking from vowel I to consonant, right? Vowel to consonant. My cat. My cat doesn't like squirrels. Doesn't like. What do you think? I think we have covered that one, right, before? Doesn't like?
Elation.
Elision?
Elision, right? Exactly, because we get a cluster of consonants, right? A cluster, a group. We get n, we get t, we get o. Whenever you have a cluster of consonant sounds, usually the ones in middle position are elided, right? Doesn't. Of course, you can say my cat doesn't like squirrels, but in fluent and normal pace, usually the sound gets elided, right? Like squirrels, like squirrels. This is the last thing. Remember that like is spelled L-I-K-E, but when you pronounce the word like, it ends in a k. So don't get fooled by this letter E here, right? So like, velar sound, squirrels. It's an alveolar sound, right? So imagine the tongue running from, not running, sliding from k, a velar position, to s, an alveolar, the alveolar ridge, quite a long distance, like squirrels.
A regressive we have in this case?
Maybe, right? Maybe it's a regressive, or it could be progressive. You have to decide.
Yes.
You have to decide. One of them, right? My suggestion would say, say like, and then say squirrels, squirrels, squirrels. The first sound in squirrels is an s, which is usually in a velar position, a velar ridge. Squirrels, squirrels. And then like is velar, right? Like squirrels, like squirrels, like squirrels. So try to assess if the s sound is pronounced in the same position when you say the word squirrels alone, right? Isolated squirrels, or when you put it in context and you say like squirrels, like squirrels, like squirrels. Okay, because in my case, when I say like, my tongue goes up to the velum, right? And it's when the next sound comes, which is s, my tongue does not go to the alveolar ridge, but goes like in between. So what's in between the velum and the alveolar ridge? The heart?
Palate?
Palate, exactly. So in my case, like squirrels, this tends to be articulated in the alveolar, sorry, in the heart palate, and not in the alveolar ridge, as is commonly articulated, right? Like squirrels. My cat doesn't like squirrels, doesn't like squirrels. My tongue does not go all the way down to the front part in the alveolar ridge. It gets stuck in the middle, in the heart palate. It's not pronounced in the velum, just like, which is the previous sound. It moves a little bit forward, but not until it reaches the alveolar ridge, but in the middle. The place in the middle is the heart palate. So I would say, and I would agree with you, that there is a simulation here. And the type of assimilation is progressive, exactly, because k is influencing s. Ladies and gentlemen, I beg your pardon for taking you so much so long. If you're interested in practicing the these features of connected speech, I leave for you a task. If you're interested, we can review your answers next class. Okay, I posted an image in the chat box. Hopefully you have already received it. And if you want, you can practice with this task, and we can take a look at your answers during the first part of the class, okay? This is just for you. It's not mandatory. If you don't do the homework, we don't review the answers, right? Because this requires your participation, and don't be afraid of making mistakes, because that's a process of learning. Okay. I'll take a look at the comments you made on regards the LMS. I need to send an email trying to find what happened with all the work that I did before, if it's wasted, or if I need to do it again. I apologize for the inconvenience. I thought I was ready with the listening and writing for all the sections. So in your case, it seems that the listening needs to be taken care of, right? And I'll see you if there are no more questions or comments next session next week. We did have Tuesday's class. I believe next session, besides reviewing the answers to the task, if you bring it ready, the topics for the next week have to do with reduction and epenthesis. Reduction, all those expressions like wanna instead of want to, gonna instead of going to, don't know instead of I don't know, that are very, very common whenever you watch a video in YouTube, for example. Normal people, regular people talking about everyday conversation, they use a lot of reductions. And epenthesis is basically inserting an element, right, when there isn't any. Okay, just like intrusive features, epenthesis has to do with that. That's all on my part. I'll see you Tuesday, God willing. Thank you for staying, and thank you for your patience.
Goodbye, teacher. Have a nice.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
You too. I'm so hungry. I
Bye,
bet you
teacher.
are as well.
Bye,
I'm sorry,
teacher.
guys.
Bye, teacher.
Goodbye.
I'm hungry too.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Enjoy the lunch. Goodbye.
You too.
Sorry. Thank you. Let's eat. Let's go and eat something. We don't want to get